everybody, my name is Rachel and I run the youth theatre at the Princess Hall for the 4 to 6 year olds and the 5 to 8 year olds. Hope you're all well. So the reason I'm doing this video is we are creating some online content, so some drama games and exercises and little tips and tricks actors use that hopefully you'll find useful. There are lots of videos I've done already, do check them out. They are on all of our social media, so Instagram, the Princess Hall Facebook group, and they are also on the main website under Interval at Home, so do have a look for those. But the video I am talking about today is creating a character. Now, that might be a bit of a weird one to think about. You might be thinking, but how do I create a character? The character is already there. But it is your choice how you show a character. So when you're given a script, you are told you are this part usually, but it's up to you to almost be like a detective or a spy. You have to look into the script and find clues to find out what the character is like. And to do this, there are 3 questions that you can ask yourself. So you can either write them down or get somebody to help you with them, or maybe even circle them in your script in different coloured pens. But the first question is, question number 1, is what do I say about others? Because in life, as people, what we say about other people often reveals a lot about what we think about ourselves and how we see the world. So if we use the script of Beauty and the Beast, for an example, the character of Belle, something she says about someone else is, my father's not crazy, he's a genius. So that really shows Belle how much she loves her father, and also that she's quite frustrated that everyone else thinks her father's crazy when he's not. She thinks he's wonderful and clever, a bit like her because she's a very clever character. The next question you can ask as you look through your script is number 2. What do others say about me? So in Beauty and the Beast, again, a character says, look at that girl Belle, she's different from the rest of us. So a line like that shows how all the village people see Belle. They see her as an outsider, that she's not like them. And you can start thinking after that, well, how does Belle feel that everyone sees her in this light? Okay, so then you start making all those lovely connections in your brain. Question 3 that you can look at is, what do I say about myself? So often what we say about ourselves reveals a lot about how we feel. So, for example, I pulled out a line again from Beauty and the Beast where she says, when she's been taken into the castle and the beast has thrown her father out and she's left in her room, and she says to the wardrobe, I've lost my father, my dreams, everything. Okay, so that's when Belle's at a really low point. And again, you can start thinking, okay, well, how does she feel as a character? So once you've decided, once you've looked through your script and looked at all these things you say about yourself, about others, and what others say about you, you can start thinking about what is the main thing that my character wants in life, okay? Now, we call that, to give it its big posh term, my primary objective. But what that means for you guys is just think about, what does your character want more than anything else? So if you look at fairy tales, for example, Princess Jasmine, her primary objective or her main thing in life is to be free. She's fed up of being stuck in that castle and treated like a beautiful toy or a beautiful pet. If you look at, say, Mary Poppins, her primary objective is to help others because she flies in and goes and sees all these different families, okay? And what the main thing is that we want in life is kind of what drives us as characters. So for baddies in pantomime, their main thing they want in life is to have power or to have control. Again, like Jafar from Aladdin. So start thinking about, what is it my character wants more than anything else, okay? Once you've done that, you can then write your character's name down. Now, the good thing is, if there's not much in the script for you to go on, don't worry. The best thing is you can start making it up. So I've done plays before where I've only had 1 or 2 lines, and that's actually really fun because you can start making it up what you want your character to be like. So going back to the example of Belle, what you can do, everybody, is write your character's name in the middle, okay? And round the outside, write words, or get mum or dad to help you, write some words that reflect what your character's like. So for Belle, for example, I've put she's a good daughter, she's loving, she's loyal, she's very, very clever. She's also very frustrated because she's a clever woman living in a town where nobody really wants her to be clever. They just want her to get married. And she's lovely a character because she looks beneath. So even though the beast is this big, scary, horrible thing, she sees the real person underneath. She sees how lovely he is as a person. So she's able to look past that. So they're all really good things to think about your character. So once you've done all those things, so you've done the sort of thinking bit, you can then start thinking about the physical side of your character. So if you start looking at people, So if you look around your classroom or look at your family, nobody moves in the same way. We all move in completely different ways. And usually people lead with one part of their bodies. So what I mean by that is some people walk around with their noses like this and they're a bit, okay. Other people might walk around and they're a bit more casual and they're sat back like that. Other people walk around, especially if you're having a baby, some people might walk around with their tummies out like that, okay. So how we move creates a different character, okay. So everyone, I want you to imagine that your nose is the thing that leads you around the room. So everyone stick your noses up and just walk around the room with your nose in charge. How does that make you feel? Does it change how your face is? Does it change your facial expression? So for me, if I lead around with my nose, it makes me feel like I'm a very snotty character. And I'm into everybody's business like this, okay? So now try leading around the room with, let's try your shoulders. So bring your shoulders forward and walk around as if your shoulders are in charge. So they are the thing that's leading you round. And that makes you feel different again. That might make you feel like you're a bit shy or a bit nervous character and you're trying to close down. Now walk around the room as if your toes are in charge. How does that make you feel? Let's have your toes leading. Yeah? Good. Now walk around the room as if your bottom is in charge. Now, obviously, I don't mean that in life you were led by your bottom, but just imagine your energy is all in your bottom. How does that make you walk around? I'm just sat and it's making me sit in a funny way. And last one, walk around the room as if your tummy's in charge. Makes me feel a bit like Father Christmas. Okay, so look around when you're out and about, try and work out where people are leading from. Are they leading with their noses? Are they leading with their eyes? Are they leading with the top of their heads and they're like that? Okay, have a look around and see what you can find out. Another thing you can do is draw a picture of your character. So how do you picture them in your head? They don't have to look like you. If you're playing a character who's very different from you, have a picture of them in your mind, what they look like. What are they wearing? What colour is their hair? Have a good old think and sit and draw a picture of your character, okay? Another thing we do in acting, which is really good fun, is called hot seating. Now, in drama, we do something called improvisation. Now, improvisation means making things up on the spot. And the good thing about improvisation is there are no wrong answers, okay? Because you are making it up. So what you can do is improvise some things about your character. And we sit on something called the hot seat. What you do, you sit down and get someone else, so maybe your mum or your dad or your brother or sister, if they can help you, to ask you characters. So, put my teeth in, ask you questions about your character. Now, don't sit there thinking, I don't know the answer, because there's no wrong answers. That's the thing, that's improvisation, we just make it up. So questions they can ask you is, they can start easy. Hello, what's your name? Hi, I'm Jasmine. Where do you live? I live in the palace with my father, the Sultan. How old are you? And then from there on, after that, they can ask you a few more complicated questions. So they might ask you things like, what's your biggest fear? What do you want to be when you're older? What's your best memory? How old? What do you think of your mum and dad? What would you like to do if you could do anything in the world? What would be your first wish? You know, and that way, your brain starts making things up about your character. So it's not you answering, it's not Rachel answering, it's the character. And that way, we get to know the character and you get to think a bit deeper about what your character is like, okay? So I hope they all helped, those ideas there. So next time you get a script, really look at it. What do I say? Don't just learn the lines, have a good old think about what is my character like, okay? Have a think. You are all a brilliant, clever bunch. Use your brains to use your imagination and your creative skills to come up with a brilliant character. I hope you enjoyed listening to that. Have a look for my other videos, and remember the Princess Hall's got lots of content. We're doing #interval at home. So the theatre may be dark, we may be closed, but we are keeping a light on and bringing stuff to you at home. Keep safe everyone, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care, bye.